Okay, so I just finished filling the cake. Show you how to properly fill like any kind of filling in a cake without it seeping out. So I just crumb coated it, and now I put it in the cooler, just gonna let it cool off, and then I'll finish decorating it afterwards, just so that we can eat it anyway. Okay, I'm gonna continue on with the questions now. How am I gonna play the game if I'm on the show? Well, I don't know, that's a weird question, I guess. For one thing, I think letting your skill and talent shine through, that's a big thing in playing the game. Yeah, I won't give away all my secrets at the beginning, that's for sure, because there's so many competitors at first and there's so many challenges, but I definitely think that I'll just try my hardest in every single challenge, no matter how small it is, even if it's like, the one where at the end, the final challenge, and they had to scoop like the grease trap out. That was disgusting, but you know what? Still, try your hardest at every single thing because they all count. What kind of competitor I'll be a tough one, that's for sure. I work really good in groups, so that's a big thing because I think every bakery is a team environment. So that'll be one of my strongest points, and to be a strong competitor. Yeah, I'm not going to let anybody push me around or anything, and definitely just try my hardest in every single one. And if I got something to say, the team will know it, and I guess that's just what kind of competitor I'll be. When it comes to strategy and how I'll stay, so stay in the game and hopefully win the thing, don't give away too much at the beginning of it, maybe. Come in, maybe the underdog, and then really show them my stuff. So save it all for no, I wouldn't say save it all for the last, because I think every single competition and quickfire challenge is really important. You got to prove yourself right from the beginning. So I think maybe that'll be my strategy. Come in strong right off the start and prove myself, and hopefully just keep getting better and better as the weeks go on. When it comes to a secret weapon, I don't really know if I have one. I wish I could bring like an entire team. That'd be a sweet secret weapon. I got some really talented pastry friends, but that's impossible. No, I don't really think I have a secret weapon. Just come and do what I do. Do what I do best, I guess. When it comes to my food industry experience, I have quite a range. Let's see. I started culinary school when I was 17. So I cooked for a little while until I was 19 and went to pastry school. And from there I had a few different jobs. I worked in a small cupcake shop, which was a fantastic job. I worked fine dining, which was plated desserts. I've worked in big hotels, like the Banff Springs, and my job now is kind of like a really big hotel. So it's a lot of different, I've covered all the things of baking. I've even worked in bread bakery, where I'm there at 3 a.m. every morning. Actually, my job right now, I'm at 3 a.m. every morning, but so I've covered it all. Not so much cake decorating, like where all we do is cakes, that's for sure, but I definitely do that as well. So I think I've covered the whole spectrum of baking. True or false? Do you need to go to school? I'm going to say false to that, because I think there's so many people out there right now who do not have technical training that are proving their talent that you don't need to go to school. Like, I was watching some of those videos, like what I'm doing right now, the audition tapes from last year. Jay, he's self-taught. Karina, she was self-taught. They're proving right there that you don't need to go to school to be a great cake decorator. So that's that, I guess. What type of, let's see. My cake decorating, baking, and pastry experience. Well, I think I just listed a lot of it off. I have more baking and pastry experience than I do cake decorating. I'm going to be honest. I don't do cakes every single day of my life for a living. I basically run like a hotel bakery, so that requires a lot of different pastry. Your fine French pastries, your really basic ones, your pies, your, cakes just like I'm doing back here. So I have a lot more experience in that than I do your crazy cake decorating. but that doesn't mean I can't do it, like, I'm doing more and more. I'm starting to really build a name for myself at the place I work, and I'm getting more and more offers to do cakes. Like, for instance, next time I go back to work, I have to do a huge cake, sculpted cake in the shape of a heavy hauler, which is like the biggest dump truck in the world. So that's going to be a little crazy to do, but I'm looking forward to it. What type of baking do I like and what do I hate? I love the classics. Like this kind of stuff right behind me. The good old cakes that, everybody just wants to slice into. Like, who doesn't want to eat that? The cupcakes. Such classic items that I think everybody loves, and that's what people relate to baking. When someone sees a cupcake, that's, it's just a classic thing that everybody loves. That's the kind of baking I really love to do from scratch, absolutely everything fresh made. The type of stuff that I hate would be like box baking. Like, if I go to the grocery store and I see like a box of Dunkin' Hines, I feel like I'd be cheating on somebody mixing up a box of that stuff. I just hate that kind of baking. It's just so bland. I mean, it's not fun. I just really love scratch baking. Am I creative in the kitchen? Definitely. Whenever I get a new recipe from a friend or from the internet, wherever, I try and put my own twist on it. I try and decorate a new cake a different way. Like, I'm always trying out new recipes and new ideas. So I definitely say I'm creative in the kitchen. And that kind of shines through some of the cakes I have done before. Because I work in like the oil industry, some of my cakes are focused around tools and stuff like that, and stuff like heavy haulers. So I think coming from, pink cupcakes to tools and dump trucks, you really kind of got to be creative, because so much you're taught to do the fine fancy stuff, and then you got to make a cake look like a tool belt or a toolbox, which I've done. So you really got to bring out your creative side there, especially when you work in a remote location that you have to work with what you have. So that's definitely being creative. My interests and hobbies that make me stand out. Well, I do love tattoos. One of the things they said, are you a rock and roll baker? I wouldn't say I'm a rock and roll baker. I'm just a big nerd, but I do love tattoos, and show you again. I have a tattoo of a cupcake. I love it. My next one's going to be a rolling pin. As for interests and hobbies go, I just got a new bicycle, so that's going to be a hobby of mine. I do love stuff like that, like I like to go play squash, and I like bike riding and running, stuff like that. So, skiing, big time. We live next to the Rocky Mountains, so I'm a big downhill skier. Me and my husband spend every week off out there. I just love that. So that kind of stuff would make me stand out. I'm really athletic, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's just kind of like my interest and hobbies. Conversations in a social setting. Well, let's see. While I'm answering this, I'm going to get the cake out of the cooler and finish icing that. I guess my conversation, I think this first 10 minutes is almost up, so I'm going to start icing this, and then we'll start the next part, and I'll finish icing this and continue on with the questions. Thanks.